Welcome to another Talking Sports video, and today we will recap LIV Golf Mayakoba, the opening weekend of LIV Golf 2024. We had a new expansion team enter the mix, and a new road number 1 as well. Now, let's get into it. Alright, so we have LIV Golf 2024 has arrived as Mayakoba, Mexico, enters the chat. Here we go. So we'll be taking a look at the team leaderboard and the solo leaderboard. As you remember, LIV Golf had free agency last weekend, so there was a lot of changes for the teams. Also, there's relegation and promotion. They had the LIV Golf tournament, which was a weekend you could play to get into LIV Golf to replace the relegated players. And yeah, so a lot happened. A new expansion team, of course. John Lam started that with Terrell Hatton as well joining his team, and then 2 of the new players. And, of course, a lot of the returning teams with Dustin Johnson and the 4 Aces, and Brooks Koepka and Smash Golf Club, as well as Bryson, DeChambeau, and Crushers. So the new expansion team is Legion 13, led by John Rahm. Let's go ahead and get into it, as we had a action-packed round 3. Final round. Alright, so with the team leaderboard, the winner of the tournament for team was Legion 13. Yeah, that's right. In their first ever tournament, they win it all. They just narrow out Crushers Golf Club by 4 strokes and Torquay Golf Club by 7. So a really big gap between first and third place. And the captain of that third place team, which I'll get to later, had a really good showing, won the tournament, and yeah, so a huge tournament for him. All right, at fourth place at 16 under par, we have Ripper, led by Cam Smith. They are tied with Stinger Golf Club, which is led by Louis Oosthuizen and Dean Burmester. Now, at 13 under par, at 6th place is Fireballs Golf Club, led by Sergio Garcia, who had an amazing tournament as well. Now, 7th place, Smash Golf Club, 12 under par, led by Brooks Koepka and Taylor Gooch. They had a really good showing, and I can't wait for their next tournament. Now, Cleeks Golf Club finished in 8th place. At 9 under par, they had a 6 over 8th second round, which really lowered their chances. They had 7 under par, which raised by one, so they had a really tough showing overall. Now, at 9th place, Majestic Golf Club, led by Ian Poulter, Lee Westwood, and Hendrik Stenson. 7 under par for them. Now, when we get to the over par players, teams, 10th place, we have the High Flyers, led by Phil Mickelson and Tringali. They finish at 2 over par for the tournament. And then, led by Bubba Watson, the Rangecoats Golf Club finished at 2 over par. Now, 3 over par, the 4 Aces. Now, 13th place, we have the Ironheads, led by Kevin Na, who finished at 6 over par. They had a very bad showing in this tournament. All right, now we are heading to the players portion of this year, and we'll be going from last place up. Last place was Harold Varner III, who finished at 14 over par. Every single one of his rounds were over par, and including his last one, which was his highest round, 6 over. Now, tied for 51st, we have Peter Uihlein, Pat Perez, and Phil Mickelson. They all finished at 11 over. Now, at 8 over par, 50th place is Alice Ogletree. Brendan Grace finishes at 49th with 7 over par, while Lee finishes 6 over par at 48th. 47th is Adrian Meronk. He finishes at 5 over, while Peters is 4 over par for the Rangecoats. Green McDowell finishes at 4 over par, as well as Mito Pereira and Carlos Ortiz. They're 43rd. Now, 38th place, we have Vincent, David Puig, Kuzma, Shortsel, Vincent as well. 3 over par tournament for them. Now, 2 over par, tied for 36th was Hendrik Stenson and Hudson Swafford. 1 over par, Jason Krokrak, Eugenio Chikara, Samuja, and Lee Westwood. They finished at 1 over par. Now, Ian Poulter, Matthew Wolff, Martin Keimer, and Abraham Anser finished at even par for the tournament, while Mark Leishman, Bryson DeChambeau, and Jones all finished at 1 under par. Now, Bubba Watson, Herbert, Brendan Steele, and Abraham Lahiri, Arnam Lahiri, they finished at 2 under par, while Patrick Reed, Cameron Tringali, Kevin Na, and Sam Horsfield finished at 3 under for the tournament. Laurie Cantor, who is the wild card, and Taylor Gooch finished at 4 under par, while Munoz and Caleb Surratt finished at 5 under par. Paul Casey and Richard Bland tied for 11th at 6 under, while Cam Smith and Louis Husuthan, as well as Terrell Hatton, finished 8th place, 7 under par. Brooks Koepka and Charles Howell III, along with Dustin Johnson, finished at 8 under par, while Dean Burmester finished tied with John Rahm at 3rd place. Now, we had a playoff. Joaquim Niemann and Sergio Garcia, both captains of their respective teams, tied for 12th place heading into playoff. It went on as they each parred their first 3 holes. It went on to the 4th playoff hole, where Sergio Garcia fell as Joaquim Niemann had a birdie. He won the tournament at 12 under par with a 1 under playoff through 4 holes. So overall, he played 13 under par. So yeah, great job. Alright, so that is all for the LIV Golf Mayakoba recap. This weekend, we have another tournament, which is LIV Golf Las Vegas. We'll be right back.